Hello World of Warcraft fans, welcome back to a new video on my channel. Blizzard has now announced changes for World of Warcraft Classic that will bring the game closer to retail. It's mainly about the interface. And as you can imagine, the classic purists within the WoW community are not happy about it at all. They're criticizing Blizzard, questioning this decision, and now Blizzard has responded to it. What it's about, what's planned, etc. We'll take a look at all of that in this video. If you want to support me, I would really appreciate a like and a subscription. Over 60% of viewers haven't subscribed, so let's keep growing together and get started. All in all, as I briefly mentioned before, this is mainly about the interface, and in this case, the nameplates. Normally, yes, Blizzard is rather cautious about implementing content from retail into Classic. So now the retail nameplates are coming to WoW Classic. This was first discovered on the Burning Crusade anniversary servers, but soon it will also come to the vanilla servers. That means everything you see here under the nameplate section will also be possible to use in WoW Classic. So, in other words, a bit more clarity, better debuff tracking, and not just those red bars that show up. Yeah, here's how to picture it. The nameplates can, if you want, keep the old look. So basically, if you think these changes are total crap, you don't really lose anything because you can easily switch back to the old look. But of course, it means that more features are coming into the game. Here's the first point of criticism. Players are saying, hey, World of Warcraft Classic should stay World of Warcraft Classic and not keep getting watered down by features from retail from modern WoW. That's what many in the community want. Classic without changes should also stay Classic without changes. Furthermore, the whole thing is apparently also causing some problems with add-ons now. We can see that here on Reddit. There was a patch and it now includes these nameplate options. So you can see the appearance itself has basically stayed the same. But all these settings you have here, like information, style, and so on and so forth, all of that is new. And that's caused some add-ons to no longer work. People keep fixing it, yeah, so the add-on writers are working on it and keep expanding it. But for the moment it has caused some frustration, and that's the next reason why there was a bit of trouble. Yeah, the add-ons just didn't work the way people expected them to anymore. And that was anything but what people wanted. Although I would say that we already knew this problem from Midnight, or we were already familiar with it from Midnight. It's just something that gets added to the game at first, and over time it ends up getting fixed. Here you have to decide for yourself whether you can understand this criticism, whether you can't understand it, and whether Classic should really stay Classic. Feel free to comment, but as you can see here, for those who want it, Classic style is still available, so not much is really changing. But why? So why did Blizzard decide to go with this whole thing? We can see that here. There was a blue post about it that came a few days later. They say they've updated the whole thing and there are new features in the interface. All versions of WoW Classic use or share code with modern World of Warcraft. They say that the game benefits massively from this. For example, being able to support more modern hardware, provide additional options for graphics, widescreen support, and so on and so forth. So it's necessary for the game to be able to offer modern features in certain areas at all. Because if it didn't have the same code, you'd probably still be dealing with who knows what when it comes to the graphics. 1280 by whatever it was back then, and that was available as an option, and you could play the game in a square on your monitor, but not much more would be possible. They say that this shared code allows UI elements from retail to fill gaps in the original World of Warcraft interface. For example, they say here that Burning Crusade only supported a drag and drop raid group UI with World of Warcraft. With Warcraft Classic, they were able to offer more options for the raid frames. That means WoW Classic came out in 2019 with the Battle for Azeroth raid frames, and with patch 2.5 they switched Burning Crusade Classic Anniversary to the War Within. With patch 2.5.6, it now offers the option that World of Warcraft Midnight has. And here they simply say that, as mentioned, it has advantages to be able to offer certain functions at all. And at the same time, it's also about the fact that the game in this classic form can even keep up with the modern code. So it's not just user-facing functionality changes, but simply, is it also sometimes necessary so that the game runs better for individual players? So far, so good at this point, and I think that's at least, yeah, how should I put it? That would at least be my approach at this point. I can understand why Blizzard decided to do it this way. And in the end, it also helps make the game be a bit more stable. But anyway, now it's your turn. What do you think? Is it good that they did this or not? Feel free to write your thoughts. Feel free to leave your comments, and yes, with that, thanks very much for watching. I wish you a wonderful time, take care of yourselves, and see you in the next video. Have a great time and take care.